Alright guys, hope that music in the background ain't too loud. It's just before 5 o'clock, before the restaurant opens up. The guys are down there cleaning up. I've been here playing in the garden, just finishing off this section, what we'll probably call the formal section of the garden, just the boundary of it. I did have these square pots around to this plant here near the post, but I've just recently added these 2 troughs and a topiary I just picked up a couple of hours ago. I will turn that into like a Christmas tree shape with these privets in the troughs either side, 2 big balls either side, as these are going to be little balls. 2 big balls and 2 big balls and should big topiary dick. Probably get up about this high with the balls, big balls. Just showing you a bit of what I do at this time of an afternoon. Maybe from 4 o'clock, 3:30 is probably still a little bit too warm, or the sun's up too much, it'll burn you. So I usually wander around, just make sure the gardens are watered. And these look a little bit yellow. It's only because I just transplanted that one 2 days ago. It's in shock at the moment. These others I transplanted into these pots yesterday, so they haven't had a chance to be in shock yet. They're just wilting a bit now. So if you remember those, they were in just black 10-inch pots, rooted into the ground, heavily rooted. So chucked them in those concrete pots, so we can just whip a snipper around them easy. Putting them in a garden bed here, it's just too much bloody goddamn work weeding, things like that. Gardens like this, I will get in and just keep on top of the weeds. You know, I class that as my garden, but the rest of the restaurant down here, it's sort of up to the staff and that, just to make sure everything's watered on the barber, on the one who goes through and clips everything, so they're not butchering them. Still only a young garden yet at the moment that we've added. You know, things like these are going to be bloody choice when they've grown up the tree and things like that. But check out the colour of the leaves on this tree here. They've just finished sweeping up all the leaves. It shits itself, it was shitting itself every day, but that's all its new growth now. As what would it be? It'd be spring now, wouldn't it? Spring, yeah, autumn down Oz. I'm always losing track of the seasons here because it's always warm. You know, you have hot, bloody hot, hot and wet, and then just warm. They're the 4 seasons here. So yeah, 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I've got that window to come down here when it's cool enough, just to give all these things, you know, turning these into hedges up along the front near the drinks there on the table, turn them into little cones, Christmas trees, things like that. Just giving you a bit of a look at what's happening. Couple of new staff starting today, as we don't have as many live on site people anymore. There's only one lady at the moment. Pre-COVID we had about 8 at one time living in this building here. There's a few rooms in there. They live on site through the day. They'll take the rubbish out, do a little bit of gardening, get this place ready for the night, which we start at 5 o'clock. You know, and they had all day to sort of do that. Now there's nobody really here until 4:30 of an afternoon. We're feverishly trying to get everything tidied up then. So a couple of new young guys starting. We're not prejudiced. There is one girl who serves. When we advertise, it's just the guys who, and you'll find that in a lot of these type of restaurants here, the buffets and things like that. Mainly the guys. There's a lot of the girls you will find in the kitchen doing the cooking and things like that. Well, what I've noticed in other restaurants also. Got this today too. Got this today for those who are interested. You don't see too many of them over here. Well, I haven't. The Monstera Delicia. And in time, hopefully we'll grow up this tree. I'll sit down and have a bit of a chat here. Relax. Got some strawberries happening there. Sorry for the slow pace of videos just recently, guys. Not a slow pace in uploads. Uploads haven't changed, but I guess over the last couple of years you have gotten used to us always showing some sort of travel trip, even though you are currently watching at the moment our travelling with 5 beautiful Lao ladies adventure up in Luang Prabang. It's not like the travel trips me and Neenee usually go out exploring on, and that probably won't happen till we get back from Oz. Now we're looking at hitting Oz in a couple of weeks if the bastards will confirm my flights. I was able to get flights through Scoot back to Australia, Vientiane to Singapore to Sydney, which is still probably about 3 times the amount it was pre-COVID, but still much cheaper than what it was just a couple of months ago. And there's still only 2 flights a week at the moment heading to Australia through Scoot. I'm not aware of any other airline that's doing it, but we have got our tickets. In a couple of weeks we'll be heading. I guess they're just holding off on the confirmation of the flights to make sure the flight is booked out. Otherwise, I guess they're going to cancel it on me and we'll just have to wait for another flight. But that's what's happening. We're going to hit Australia, go back there, visit mum, visit family, see my granddaughter. I have a granddaughter who is 18 months old and have not met her yet. So really looking forward to that. That will be down in Tasmania. So taking you guys along to Tasmania with us. So as you know, when we're not at home, I don't edit much, so I'm not sure. I'm not going to promise you guys anything. There will be the odd upload, I guess, but it will drop back from the 3 days a week. So if I go missing in action, for those of you who are watching this video, you know what's up. About 4 or 5 bikes then, all of young kids aged between 8 and probably 12-year-old, 3-door bike going out here. What else do I want to chat to you guys about? Yeah, it was just mainly the pace of the uploads. The videos are a little different, I guess. You know, haven't got that variety, but we are flat out, you know, getting this restaurant back up and running to how it was before. And to be honest, it's not going to be back to the way it was until the borders do open. We're really hanging for, you know, when I say the borders open, the borders are open. You can come into Laos with the appropriate visa and a certificate of entry, but when I say when the borders are open, I mean back to how it was pre-COVID. You know, visa on arrival sort of stuff. Just jump on a plane, lob at the border, and hey, let me in. You know, and the guys do. So, hanging for that to really happen. You know, once that happens, you've got a lot more tourists travelling the country, a lot more money in the pockets of Lao people, and then they have that disposable income to treat themselves to a meal at our restaurant and things like that. I've said it before, very rarely do we get Farangs in here. We are in just a local sort of village, a little bit away from, 7 minutes away from the tourist district. You're not going to stumble upon it. If you're staying in Vientiane, you're actually going to have to come looking for the restaurant. But yeah, what I'm saying is it's a local driven restaurant, and until the locals do have that disposable income like they did before, I know a few of you people are going to say not everybody in Laos can afford it, not everybody in Laos has a disposable income, but it was a hell of a lot better before COVID. There are a lot of people doing it tough at the moment and just can't afford to treat themselves. Just rambling on now. I'm probably going to get a copyright strike for that bloody music that's just been turned up in the background. And I'm eyeballing this strawberry. Is it ready yet? Still a little bit hard. So yeah, again, apologies for the content of lately, guys. Some of you are probably wondering, what am I going on about? It's probably content that it's not the content I like to edit. I really like to edit those when we're away on an adventure sort of trip, and you guys may be enjoying these type of videos. I don't mind doing these sort of daily life videos and things like that, but it just seems to have changed pace just recently, my videos. So if you guys have noticed, it's not always going to be like that. We are going to get back to back on the road. There's still a fair few points in Laos that we haven't traveled yet, and we do have plans of seeing it, and I guess some of you from watching recent videos have picked up on some of the places we want to go. I'm not going to go into any detail on those. I want to surprise you at the time, so we will get back to those. As I said, it's since we got back from our last trip with the bullfighting and things like that, which was August, we've been flat out with this restaurant. You guys have not noticed it as much because up until Christmas I was still editing those videos from the Sikhottabong and bullfighting trip. So, and now that there is none of that travel trip, well, no travelling trips to edit, you're seeing how the pace sort of has changed. Well, I'm picking up on it anyway. Maybe I'm just getting itchy feet to bloody hit the road again. So no doubt we will get some footage when we're in Australia. I'm not real sure how much footage we will get. I guess a lot of people will understand Australia isn't as easy to video anywhere as it is in Laos. Like, you can come into malls or it's walking to people's businesses and just walking in crowds of people here, and they just don't bother. I just know from past experience, you've got eyes on you when you're in Australia. People do frown down on it. They don't like it. Not everybody, but they just, I don't know what they got to hide. Don't know. Anyway, guys, yeah. I will be trying to capture some and give you guys a bit of a look at my hometown, where I grew up, and our travels down to Tasmania. Still a few more videos to come before we hit Australia, so hang in there. Thank you so much for your support, and to all my patrons who are a big help in helping us help the people of Laos when we are on the road, and keeping this channel going, with us being able to invest in new GoPro 10, my drone, things like that. So a big shout out to my patrons. Thank you very much, guys. I do not do it often enough, you know, for how little I do post on that site, the Patreon page. You guys deserve a much bigger shout out than what I'm actually giving, so thank you so much. I'm just rambling now. I'm not going to be able to use any of this because of that loud mouth. Nah, that's it. Can't talk anymore. Music's too loud.